Apple has released watchOS 27 Developer Beta 4, and I'm guessing that the public beta 2 is just around the corner. But let's go ahead and take a quick look. Now, this is a bug that I've had with the betas, and it drives me completely insane. Watch. I'll hit the crown, I'm pressing in, and it's not doing anything. Ever since I installed the betas, this has been happening just randomly. It doesn't always happen. If I scroll up, I scroll back down. Let's see if now it works fine. There's some weird software glitch in there that I just cannot understand. If you're experiencing this as well, please let me know. I want to know that I'm not alone. So right here, we're going to go into settings. We're going to scroll down to general, go to about. And if we look right here, the build number is 24R5325H. And the reason why I like to look at that build number is really mainly just that last letter. The lower that gets, or the closer that gets to A, the closer we are to the final release. Now, this is just beta 4 at this point. We probably still have at least 3 more betas to go, but I will say this one has been actually working a lot better than previous betas. So that is really nice to see as well. Battery life seems to be doing better. So far, I'm at 83%. Now I have charged it midday, but I was able to sleep track with it last night, and I believe I was at like 77% after wearing it a good portion of the day without putting it back on the charger. So it is a little bit too early to tell how overall battery life is going to be on this build. I've only had it for about 24 hours at this point, but that it is pointing to positive is a good thing. Now keep in mind, if you are on the fence about installing the beta, I highly recommend that you don't, unless you have more than one watch. Betas are never really the best. One can do good, one can do bad. The same one can be really good for somebody and really bad for somebody else. They are very unreliable overall. So just keep all that in mind. And if you haven't seen, I recently did a video on how to downgrade the watch from beta. Just a little spoiler, like you can't do it yourself. You have to send it into Apple. Even though Apple thought I could do it myself this time, it was a very long process, and I am still waiting to actually even send in my watch to get downgraded. So the process still isn't over yet. I had to reach back out to him today. Long story, we'll get into that maybe later, see how it ends. But that's just my little 2 cents on if you haven't installed the beta yet and you're on the fence, highly recommend you just hold off, because there's really not that much new in here. But there is a new feature that I was able to try out today, and that was the Workout Buddy. So Workout Buddy is now independent. You do not have to have your phone with you anymore. So in watchOS 26, Workout Buddy came out and it was really nice, but you always had to have your phone with you. So today I went for a walk with my son and my dog. As you can see, it was not a fast-paced long walk. It was just enough just to kind of get them out of the house before rain came and just to see how all this worked. I had an AirPod in my ear, so it connected to my watch, and then I actually heard the way to get your workout started. You've done this and this week. Great job. Let's go. All that kind of stuff. However it starts, it's the same. Overall, it did work. I was across the street. There's no chance that my watch was still paired to my phone when I got this. So that was really cool to see. Now, I didn't get any kind of like mid halfway points because I never really, as you can see, I didn't even hit a mile. If I would have hit the mile, it would have gave me another little prompt, because that's where I have those at. I did get the ending as well. Now at that point, I was closer to my home. It could have been connected to my phone at that point. Now, one thing I don't know for sure is I do have a cellular plan on this watch, so I'm not sure if that's required or not. If you're somebody that's interested and they want to know, hey, can you do this without cellular? Let me know. I can do another test and see if I do get the prompts and everything with cellular off as well. If you missed my last video on beta 3, we did get the new version of Siri. So we do have the app and everything right inside. I will say it's working okay. I heard some people say that it was actually working better in beta 4. I've not really seen that. Like, I asked it about my step count and it wouldn't tell me. Let's see if it can do it now. How many steps do I have today? See, now in beta 3, it was telling me every single time. It looks like it might be getting a little bit better. So now it's searching for steps. Like, this is taking way too long, if you ask me. This was something immediately before. And you can see, you can view steps. So as of right now, it's no longer able to access that stuff, which is kind of weird. Like, this is a downgrade from the old Siri, because you could ask that once you gave it permission. Now, I gave it permission with the last beta and it did work, and now it somehow has lost that ability again. But it still does like the regular stuff and everything else, but I don't think it can really do much. Like, let's try the email that I was trying before. Can you write an email to Tim Cook saying, "Great job on everything you're doing"? Send it to Tim Cook and say, "Like everything you're doing." Doesn't seem like that's working. This is different responses than what I got before, so maybe they're gonna give us that ability eventually. Now, one thing it could do, it was able to search emails last time. I recently got an email from Artlist. Can you tell me what that email was titled? So for me, Siri seems to be a lot worse. Now, this is my experience. With betas, everybody's experience will be different. So like I said, somebody reported that they seem to think Siri's been working better in beta 4. For me, it seems to be working worse. Now, I do have my phone. It is right here. I'm going to, let's see, let's put it in airplane mode, make sure Bluetooth, everything's off. Wi-Fi is off, airplane mode is on. So everything's off right there. Let's zoom back in and see if Siri will do anything now. Because in the past, it wouldn't really work at all without the phone connected. What's the weather like outside? Okay, so that's a positive. Like, I don't even think I was able to do that before. So it can do the simple things. Can you tell me what my last email was? So there's that message that I got pretty much every single time last time. So it says the personal device isn't connected. So it's talking about my phone's not connected, so it can't really do anything. So I don't know. I'm hoping we get more Siri features without your phone around, but right now it seems like it relies pretty heavily on it still. Once again, this is still early beta, so hopefully Apple can actually improve it more and give us more independent access before its final release in September. But I will say overall the app is pretty snappy. Like, the apps open pretty easily. The weather app, I hadn't opened that one recently. I got this app right here, that's one of mine, that opens fine. Everything seems to work pretty flawlessly. Other than that crown button. The crown button thing, I don't fully understand it. For those that love the app switcher, that is still not here. I really don't see it coming back. I think this dynamic grid is the new app switcher. So hopefully you can just go to one app, press, go to another app, double press, go to the third app. That's going to be the way to do it. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like Apple, I'm sure they have some stats on it. Obviously, there's a few out there that used it all the time. I used it a good amount, not a ton, but it was really nice every time that I did use it. But also with that comes, there's no easy way to close apps anymore. Which honestly, you don't really need to close apps anyway. Just leave them running in the background. If you don't want them to run in the background, you can turn that off in the settings. You can actually just not allow it to run in the background. And if you ever have an app that has an issue, all you have to do is open up the app and you want to close it. If you press and hold on the side button until you get to this screen, now you press and hold on the crown, that closes the app. So that fully just force closed the app. And you can always tell just because I had this app open right here. Once I open it again, you will see the loading screen first. So that's how you know it was fully closed. And then hopefully whatever glitch actually is there is now fixed. But Nothing that you need to be like closing all the apps. Like that's not what you should do, especially on your watch, even on your phone. Overall, seems to be pretty snappy. Everything seems to be going really well. I will go ahead and go to settings. I think I can come back here. Yep, settings is right here. We'll go down to battery. So I'm at 80% right now. I was last charged to 92% this morning at 9:25. And if we go to the battery health, this device is at 99% capacity. So not 100 anymore. This is the Ultra 3, so this is a newer watch. And we have dropped that 1%. So, but overall, it is working good. The battery life seems to be doing really well. Overall, another bug that I did see a user had that I just wanted to test out for you live is the timers weren't working for them. So let's go ahead and try to set a timer. Set a timer for 1 hour. So like, see this right here, it had to search. There we go. I can't set a timer because the clock app is not available on this device. So this is another bug. So if you use the timer a lot on your watch, which I personally use it a good amount, with beta 4, public beta 2, whenever it's released, if they don't fix that beforehand, you will have this issue. So if I go in here, is the clock app not on here? Which, like the timers and everything, yeah, I don't see any timers, stopwatch. Oh wait, they're right here. So can I go, which one is timer? That's the one thing. Like, I think that's the stopwatch, isn't it? No, this is timers. So I can manually start a timer. So that worked fine. So now I'm just gonna try it one more time. Set a timer for 1 hour. So I can't set a timer on this device. So it's not gonna work through Siri, but you can set one manually. And what I would do if you're a big fan of timers and you always set them is basically you could probably add one in here. Let's see if I can find it in here. So we got alarms, which it should be just timers, I'm guessing, correct? As you can see, I start timers, but I always use Siri. So right here, you can just add this little widget here, and now I can set timers a little bit quicker. I can't use Siri, but I can use this. With betas, you're gonna have issues. It's gonna have problems. Not everything's gonna function the way you want it to, but overall, like I said, it's a pretty good beta, but I still would recommend holding off on the public betas, definitely the developer betas. Just wait until it comes out, or wait at least until it's a little bit closer to release. That way you're not struggling as long. Hope this video was helpful, and if you liked it, please feel free to hit that thumbs up. If you want to see my recent video with how to downgrade your Apple Watch and how that turned into a fiasco, you can click right here to watch that. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.